All right, gang, it is your buddy Ryan here. Glad to see anyone who's watching this checking it out tonight. I sure appreciate it. The plan is a little bit of Atari 2600 here. I recently modded my beautiful Vader Atari here to play and work off of AV, so you can see that there. I did the composite mod recently, so that's kind of nice. You can see it just looks beautiful on there. We're going to start with some Breakout, but in my description below, I have a list of all the games that I have available if you want to have me play them tonight. So just ask, I will play. And let's take it away. All right, Breakout time. I just recently got these brand new paddles from Atari. New in box, plus a 4-in-1 game for like $40. Pretty good deal. Not jittery at all. I've used some old ones before and they shake all over the place, so brand new hardware in this case was absolutely the way to go. I think the technology that made spinning wheels for Ataris has probably improved since the 70s, so this feels smooth as butter. Good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. If anyone's curious, yes, I am playing this on original hardware, but I recently did a hard mod on it so it could work on composite instead of just RF. So believe it or not, this image is much clearer. And the sound is night and day. The sound on this thing was pretty bad. It was very scratchy. Yeah, baby. Ah, that's the furthest I've ever gotten. Hey, Roy. You have an NES too? That's cool. I have a few NESs. Alright, hit and reset. We're going to try that again. So this is just your standard Breakout. We might play Super Breakout later. I've actually never tried it because I just got the paddles, and I've had these games for probably 15 years. My dear friend Nick moved into an off-grid yurt and simplified his lifestyle. And usually when I have friends who want to get rid of their old games, they come to me. And this was the first time it happened. Someone gave me an Atari years ago with all of his games. Really appreciate it. And only recently I've gotten into it, because I used to just think Atari is so primitive, who would ever want to play that? Well, I like it. Oh, your dad has a Wii? My dad has a Wii. How old are you, 12? Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so what's my favorite NES game, Roy? Yeah, I have a few. I think it's hard to beat Mario 3. But I'm guessing you're asking for like a more niche response than that. So I'll name off a few that I really like that most people probably haven't played. Demon Sword, I think, is really great. The power scaling in the game is just awesome. I've actually done a live playthrough of it on here before. It starts out with a shitty little small sword, and you get a better sword as you play. It gets longer and longer, and your guy gets more powerful. And if you're playing the game right, you feel super jacked by the end. But if you judge the game on the first 10 minutes, it sucks. I'm also a big fan of Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth. I just played that on here last night. Just because it's so experimental and fun. But probably what I've sunk the most hours into is going to be like a Mega Man 2. I love that game. What's your favorite, Roy? This new paddle I got just feels amazing. I never really gave much thought to the Atari paddle games, so I started playing them like a week ago. My God, are these fun. I wish there was a modern equivalent. You know, if they put out a paddle for the Switch and made all kinds of wild paddle games, how cool could that be? Probably somewhat, right? Come on, come on. And this is just so smooth, it responds to your every little move here. Come on, get up there, get up there. Yeah, oh, come on. Ugh, Mario 1, huh? That's a pretty good choice, man. You want me to suck the sack, Anthony? That's not appropriate, even in Espanol. Yo entiendo un poquito de español, Antonio. ¿Qué haces, amigo? Thanks, Roy. I want to beat this first level. I don't even know if there's more levels in this. Does it reset? It just gets so fast once you reach the, what would you call that, like the peach layer? The pink layer? Come on. Anyone like these kinds of games? The only one I played growing up was Arkanoid, which I guess is kind of a clone of Breakout. I played it on my computer, so never with a paddle. Come on. See, once we hit the pink and peach layer, I just get nervous and lock up. Come on. I miss all the upgrades you get in Arkanoid. I want, like, that laser power. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get up there. Now. I promise I'm not ignoring anyone. I see more chats coming in, but I'm locked in. Let's see. You have nothing to do playing crap. Well, Mr. Tom Wolfie, you got nothing to do but to be rude to someone playing crap, huh? So what kind of loser does that make you? Fucking bitch. Alright, let's do this. What can I say, Roy? I've got a little bit of spice in me. Nah. You know, we all have different hobbies, and that's kind of the one thing that grinds my gears a little bit about gaming. People who just don't get it coming in and saying, oh, you should get a hobby. Dude, I do so many things. This is just one thing to unwind before bed. I have brain work at IT. You're just wasting your life playing this crap. Let's see. Hide user on this channel. See ya, bitch. Banhammered. We're all gonna be nice here. Someone's probably up drunk in the middle of the night, watching somebody play video games on their smartphone in portrait mode, telling me I'm wasting my time. That's funny. Some people just act like big men over the internet. Yeah, Mr. Tom got removed, Roy, so don't worry about that. Everybody Ryan's not afraid to get a little spicy back. I'm guessing just based on the time of night, Mr. Tom's probably drunk. Boom. Okay, so anyone watching, just so you know, you have the ability, if you'd like to go to the description, you can ask me to play any game you want on my collection. I don't have infinite Atari games, but I do think I have some pretty good picks. We've got Pitfall, Mario Bros, Donkey Kong, which are both kind of funny if you're used to actually good versions. I got Joust, Hero, so a few different things. I was thinking I might play Super Breakout next, just to try that, because I haven't yet, even though I own the game. That might be fun. Reach your goal. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Man, imagine feeling the need to complain about a game someone else is playing 1,000 miles away. It's hilarious. Okay, so let's switch to Super Breakout. I put it in my list here so we can try it. There we go. Let's try that. We'll see if it even fires up. If it doesn't, I've got some rubbing alcohol around. We can clean it up. Hey, it works. Cool. All right, looks like it's a little smaller than the other one. Okay, so. Ooh, that's a rough sound effect. Okay. Very sensitive. So what makes Super Breakout super by comparison, I wonder? I didn't like the sound at first, but now I find it kind of weirdly satisfying. This is fun. It's a little slower paced, which I like. So maybe I'll be able to beat a level. I've got Breakout for the Game Boy. I play sometimes. That's just got the D-pad on it. Yeah, I agree. Someone with no life has time to come online and complain about others' games. Am I having fun? Ah, a little bit of fun. Woo! That's pretty good. Ooh. I actually prefer this to the original Breakout, I think. How's it going, 8-bit dog? Good to see you. Let's see. I'll try another round of that. And maybe we'll do some Pitfall II. Do I have a Sega? Yeah. I've got the Sega Genesis. I've got a Sega Dreamcast. I don't have like a Sega Nomad or a Sega Game Gear. I'd love to get my hands on one of those someday. Saturn would be cool too, but I'm guessing you probably mean the Genesis. I do have one of those. Actually, the same friend who gave me my Atari gave me my Genesis. But I grew up a Super Nintendo kid. That was my first console. Incidentally, the first game I played was Mario 3 for the NES. I remember it like it was yesterday because I'd never seen or heard of a video game before. I was like 4 years old, and it was mind-blowing. I knew you could watch TV. I knew there were cartoons on TV, but I didn't know you could ever control a character on the TV. That was a completely foreign concept to me. I was like, wait, you can make the guy move? And I was instantly hooked. Instantly hooked. What about you, Roy? Do you play any games these days with any frequency? Well, Sonic. I could play Sonic. I've got Sonic 1, 2, and 3. I have the Sonic game for the Dreamcast, too. That one's a little rough in retrospect. So you may have just seen the screen jolt a little bit. The thing that's interesting about that was our RF interference, because the mod I did requires you to remove the RF shielding on this, and the flash you saw on the screen was a refrigerator I have in my man room up here, mini fridge, just shut off because it reached the desired temperature, and with that power down, it made the Atari output go fuzzy. Kind of funny. Well, what games do you play now, Roy? That's the intent of my question. Okay, I want to try a new one I haven't done. I just got this in the mail. It's called Solar Fox. So let's give that a try. I have a game on my Vectrex over there that is called Lunar Fox. And I had no idea that Lunar Fox was riffing off a game called Solar Fox. I'd never heard of it. I'm not as familiar with these really old games. So let's hook that fella up. Boom. Uh-oh. Not turning on. Let's try again. Oh, you know what? I may have been trying to force it in the wrong way. Let's see here. Come on, Solar Fox. What's going on? Okay. So here's going to be the hands-on part of the live stream. Oh, arcade Mortal Kombat. Cool. Yeah, I like Mortal Kombat too. Okay. So, game won't play on the Atari. Here's what we're going to do. A little bit of rubbing alcohol. And I'm dipping my rubbing alcohol, little Q-tip on there. Got our not working copy of Solar Fox. I would almost guarantee that a good cleaning with some rubbing alcohol will make this all better. Right. Most thing you want to do is the contacts. You probably can't see, it's a little black. Not too bad, but it's probably some oxidation on these old contacts. I'm going to go back with the dry side just to dry it off briefly. And that's that. We got a clean cart. I'm going to blow in it a little bit, but just to dry off the alcohol. Okay. There we go. Hey, and it works. See how easy that was? Oh, that sound is loud. Okay, I'm going to change that. All right, so now the next thing we got to do is we're going to want to switch out our paddle controller for a corded controller. Okay, got our joystick ready to go. And here we go. I'm going to hit reset. And that lets you play. Alright. Oh, dear. Okay. So just like in the Vectrex game Lunar Fox, my goal is to collect these things. Ooh. The cool thing about Lunar Fox is that because the Vectrex has scaling vector graphics, your character moves completely smoothly. This has a very similar feel. Cool. All right, next level. Okay. This game is actually fun. Okay. All right, that was my intro run. We're going to actually try it now. Oh, darn it. Thanks, brother. Okay. Now, if I, respond to anything I'll say, a minute late, there's an extreme delay. Anyone who's just tuning in, this is Audience Choice Gaming, so I have a list of Atari games I have available to play in the description. If there's anyone you want to see me putz around with, I'll turn it on. Darn. Come on. Okay, gonna make it to level 3 finally. Cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, couldn't outrun it. I wish there was like a go faster button. Maybe there is. Let's see what the button does. Oh, there is a go faster button. Oh, that's a game changer. Oh man. I feel like this game just got lit. It's like they immediately implemented my suggestion. Alright, let's go. Okay, come on. No! Here goes. Come on. Alright. Cool. I could get into Solar Fox. This is pretty fun. Oh, you know, Roy, I'm not too much sweating it. I was going to play Atari anyway tonight. I get other kinds of streams with a lot more views. Like, I'll do live soldering. People seem a little bit more interested in that than, you know, 100-year-old Atari games. So that's fine. And usually through one of these, if I game for like an hour, I'll get about 1,000 people who cycle through. That's kind of cool. And it's good to kind of have the company. Let's try another one here. I want to do Pitfall II, because it's got a little bit more exploration to it, and it's probably the most involved game on the Atari. I'll try to focus the camera on it a little bit better. There we go. Okay. So let me take a sip of my drink here. Let's do this. Kinda love Pitfall 2. Off to a rough start. Alright. Grand Theft Auto? I do not. And see that? You gotta switch back on that guy. So basically my job is I'm gonna be running around trying to find gold. No! Alright, let's go again. Ah, that bat. Every time. Punks me out. Okay. This time's the time. Don't fear. Cool, made it. So this game has like a surprising amount of depth and exploration for an Atari game. For me, it kind of invented the Metroidvania, you know. I guess Pitfall II Vania doesn't have as much of a ring to it, though, does it? Okay, the song starts to get peppy again once you get more gold. Now I'm going to try to go all the way back without getting hurt. Cool. That's fine. Hopefully we made enough from our gold to make it past there. go. We don't need to run all the way back there. That's the good thing. Okay, prepare for mind blown. No, not here, though. If we get below 4,000, I may as well just hit reset. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, we're gonna skip that treasure chest or that gold all the way over there. There we go. Look at this. This is what sets it apart from the original. Immediately you feel there's more depth. You're swimming, having to descend to get gold. So I imagine, if I'm a kid back when this came out, and having experienced the other Atari games, it's kind of mind-blowing. Look at me, I'm going deep to get a secret chunk of gold. That right away tells you this is going to be a different kind of game than the first Pitfall. I feel like sometimes... Hey, good to see you, Roy. Thanks for coming. Sometimes when I play reviews of Atari games on YouTube, when I check those out, when I'm sort of researching them, people don't seem to be quite as fond of Pitfall II as the original. I think some of that might be nostalgia, because this game is so deep. Look, I'm in a cave under the water. You can see the eel swimming over me. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we're in the cave system. Okay? Let this bat fly over me and go to the left. Okay. I use those golds on the right as sort of a marker. So I know, that I want to go to the next gold before I move on, if that makes sense. Once I pass that part of the cave system, I take that gold. So if I see a gold on the right, it means I haven't explored that section yet. Darn it. And if anyone's just joining us, first of all, thanks for joining. If you're liking this, please toss me a like and subscribe. But this is Audience Choice Atari. So if you would like, feel free to request a game from a list I put in the description. And I can check it out next. Damn. Fall of Shame. Okay. Come on, joystick. Man, so I am used to, a standard controller. The Atari joystick's a little goofy for me. Get more gold. Okay, we're going to check in to the left here. Come on. Usually, if there's a bat coming from that area, it's a pretty good indicator that there's gold back there. Okay. Oh, and there's gold. Okay. Ooh, that frog there is treacherous. Okay. Oh. Okay. Come on. Okay, yeah, this is where I have to go. Well, I'm getting the nerves about getting past this frog. Okay, go, go. Darn it. Okay, we can try again. It's okay. Oh, the walk of shame. Here we go. We're just about to get to an interesting part of the game. I'm going to ride a balloon. Spoilers on this, like, 40-year-old game. Darn it. Jeez. Luckily it wasn't a big trip that time. Does anyone remember the old 2010s hypocritical commentary Nintendo YouTuber whose username ended in YouTube Dude 101? No, I can't say I remember him. I know the AVGN, he's pretty angry, but in like a charming kind of way, sort of. Come on. Alright, the final boss in this game for me is this frog right here. Alright, made it. I gotta get past the scorpion. The pit. Okay, almost there. Checkpoint. Woo! No, can't say I've ever heard of that, Sammy. Glad to see you on the stream, though. Okay, this part's cool. Look at that. Now I'm flying. Okay. Do I know of anyone similar? It's like AVGN? I don't know. The whole sort of like angry, sarcastic gaming thing is kind of very 2010s. Not to say I was right there. I loved those videos, but no one seems to be really being as edgy anymore. Ah, darn it. Okay, I'll try again. It's an electric eel. Frightening. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna just take the eel up. Watch this. You don't want to go all the way back. Just do one of these. Boom. That is worth the points to me. Okay, there we go. This one's the empty one. Okay, moving on. Now there's some sort of secret near here to get a diamond ring. But I don't have it memorized. Darn it. The Fall of Shame. Oh, wait, right here. $2DS XL. Yeah, I never got one of those. I got a 3DS, which I quite like. I just played it a few minutes ago, in fact. Okay, ready? Come on, get up there. Yeah, made it. Okay. Darn it. Boom. More gold, baby. Okay. Wait here to catch the next balloon. Alright. Oh, God. No. Look how close I got to the checkpoint. Okay. This is what I like to call one of those pick up and die games. Not that I came up with pick up and die, but definitely it is one of those. You're gonna get sent back over and over again. I love the jaunty little song and just the whole vibe. Very into Pitfall II. No. Alright, let's change this one up. What should I do next? How about let's play some Mario Bros. For the Atari. Look at that. It's like I've got the arcade at home. Yeah, I think I'm going to try River Raid. I haven't done that one yet. Okay, here we go. No wonder people like this game. This is fun. Not often I record my first time playing a game. This is cool. I'll remember this. And if I don't, I can watch the video. Cool. What a fun little game. Yes, was programmed by one woman. Kind of a neat, women in tech story. Someone else to look up to besides Sally Ride and Susan B. Anthony and all those. Well, I could remember her name. Not so good with video game trivia sometimes. I do remember it was developed by a lady. This kind of reminds me of like a primitive version of like Sky Shark or 1942. Kind of feels like I'm in the new Top Gun reboot, flying through the mountain valley of no-named enemy country stan, trying to make it to the sensitive target at the end. Hey guys, thank you to anyone who's just tuning in. Right now I'm playing some River Raid on the Atari VCS. Just modded this Atari recently to work on AV cables instead of the old coaxial or the antenna RF inputs. The sound is just night and day better. The visuals, it's still an Atari game, so it's never going to look, it's never going to look great. But I do have the Atari 2600 Plus coming soon. I ordered the Pac Man edition. And that should give a pretty clear picture, and will be on HDMI, so I can stream it directly online if I want to. Definitely plan on using it to record a few Atari videos. So I've just kind of been playing some Atari games lately and seeing, what does this era in gaming have? I play my Mattel Aquarius and managed to have fun with it. So I thought maybe it's worth giving the old Atari a second look. Shit. Well, if anyone who's watching wants to make a request, I have all my games listed in the description. We could pop in any one of them. All right, maybe one more before I call it a night. I'm thinking Miss Pac Man. Come on, Miss Pac Man, what's going on? There we go. We're in. Come on. Crap, come on. No. Cool, level 2. Oh, the last moment. Okay, now I'll see if anyone comes near me. I like to bait them in. Ah, gotcha, sucker. I just wanted the pretzel. Oh no, they cornered me. Darn. Well, let's see if I can. I'm gonna toss on Dig Dug before I call it quits. Because why not? I kind of really like this port of Dig Dug. I'm just a big Dig Dug fan generally. But this one's kind of extra quaint in just how primitive it looks. It's kind of cute. Reminds me of like a kid's toy. Okay, I gotta race him up to the top now. Cool. There goes level 2. There we go. Come on. Hell yeah, did you guys see that? That was awesome. That was like the greatest escape of my life. Alright, watch this. I'm gonna bait him. Come down here. You sucker. No, didn't get him. Come on, brother. They're gonna pursue me? Come on down. Okay, here we go. Got him. Okay. Gotta make it to the surface first. That's the name of the game here. Alright, I'll be waiting for him. There we go. Got him. Alright, this is a good port. This is fun. Does it look good? No. It's an Atari game. Is it fun? Yes. The game does not have to look good to be fun. Oh, Dig what? It's Dig Dug. It's like an old arcade game by Namco. Same guys who made Pac Man. All the Namco ports seem pretty decent. People who are already making arcade games did a good job capturing the spirit of the game. You can actually see the top of the cartridge here too. Dig Dug. See? Play it on the NES? Yeah, I have that version too. It's very good. My favorite version of Dig Dug is on the old GameCube Namco Museum Collection. They did like a special edition Dig Dug that was like a Dig Dug remix. It had multiplayer and boss battles. It was cool. Okay, here we go. Hey, an extra life. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. There we go. You like Wii U games, huh? Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Wii U as well. I felt like that was a very underrated system, and they also marketed it bad. So, I think Nintendo dropped the ball on that one. And I'm genuinely surprised that the Switch 2 seems to be doing so well. For me, the value proposition just isn't there, and that's why I'm playing Atari games, because I thought, well, let's explore the backlog, and the backlog goes pretty far back. Oh, they're faster than me now. Got him. I feel like I'm doing alright at Dig Dug. I'm kind of sucking at every other game tonight, so this is nice. shit. Yeah, Nintendo did bury the Wii U. You're absolutely right. Well, and what pissed me off is I bought the Wii U and I supported it. You know, we were a Wii U household, got all the newest games when they came out. Then the Switch came out and they just re-released a bunch of Wii U games where you had to buy the DLC before, but the DLC was all included this time. So it was irritating. It felt like sort of a middle finger to people who had already bought the Wii U. And actually, like, supported the games. You don't have the Wii U in Iraq. Are you in Iraq? That's crazy. I had no idea someone from so far away could be watching that. Oh, wait. Oh, it didn't. The Wii U didn't come to Iraq when it was released. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I suppose it makes sense that y'all get different kind of products over there. I know in China they had to make a special like plug and play N64 because they couldn't release game consoles there. Okay. There we go. All right. Cool. All right, let's exterminate some of these fools. Here we go. What? Got me through the wall? That was horse hockey. Okay. I'll get you through the wall. Cool. Oh man, I feel like the guy from Halo fighting back the flood. That got intense. I guess I could probably play Halo or something more conventional like that and get more views, but I love dumb old stuff like this. I want to do another Mattel Aquaria stream soon if anyone's interested. It's probably a system you've never heard of. I like to stream that from time to time. So if you're watching this, you might like that, and you can feel free to subscribe and check that out when it happens. I'll load video games from cassette with the Aquarius when I do that. Also the Taito Egret 2 Mini I'll do a stream of soon. All just thoughts and pairs. Nintendo wasn't popular here. They called it Atari. I mean, the NES. Oh, that's interesting. So kind of like in America, everything is called the Nintendo, if you're a mom in the 90s. My mom certainly referred to all the game systems as a Nintendo. Just like in America, we refer to all Some places, like Texas especially, will refer to all kinds of soda as Coke. There we go. I call it soda, though. What? Through the wall? That's crazy. Come on, Atari. I love the palette swaps every couple of levels. That kind of speaks to me in its own way. I like this palette in particular. That looks like Wario. There we go. So Nintendo wasn't popular in Iraq. So did you mostly have Atari consoles there then? Or did you guys have like the Sega Master System? Or what'd you guys have? The Dindy, maybe? I didn't come in 2003, man. I was in middle school. A lot of stuff did go down back then, though. I'm glad that all this time later that two guys from those two different countries can have a nice conversation with each other on YouTube, though. You know, I have some Iranian friends as well, Iranian nationals, and, you know, they asked me, what do you think about the Iranian people? And my answer was pretty simple. You know, you two seem pretty nice. The only Iranian people I'd ever met. I think people around the world are all essentially the same. You know, we want a good life for our families. We want to be safe. And, you know, sometimes the people who are in charge don't necessarily go the best way about doing that. But us little folk can't do anything about that. So the wheel continues to turn. But I'm glad we can talk to each other. Maybe if Saddam and old George Bush had gotten together over a game of Dig Dug, everything could have been different. Yeah. Yeah, it's people. People's what I'm talking about, not government. You know, the people of different countries are not the same as their respective governments. That's certainly true. None of us were around when everyone started making the rules either, were we? Certainly I wasn't asked at the Continental Congress. Okay. Gosh, this is going to be tight. I think I'm going to have to bait them into the rocks. Come on. Oh, no. Get him. No? Okay. You hate anything related to a particular religion? Yeah, that's why the religion thing really isn't for me, man. I think everyone's kind of trying to say the same thing. The universe is a big place. We want to make sense of it. And maybe there's a higher power, maybe there's not. I assume if the higher power is all-knowing and, you know, omniscient, omnipotent, then probably sees the goodness in our hearts. He or she or it, whatever you want to call it. You know? And what use are we going to do fighting over what magical gods in the skies get up to and who's right, you know? I certainly am not smart enough to know the answer to that. Okay, let's get that bean or whatever that is. There we go. Okay, you're a follower of Islam. That's fine. You know, the Quran has some beautiful things to say, doesn't it? I think most holy books have some good information in them. it's just how we choose to use it. I mean, they're all big books, and you can either find love in those or find hate in those. So you gotta define your values on, you know, how we treat our fellow man and hope for the best. Not the Muslim you think he is. I don't even know what that means. I've had many Muslim friends, many Christian friends. It makes no difference to me. And yeah, you say your belief is that the Quran is distorted. I don't really don't know enough about that to make an opinion, but I will say this: most religious books are canonized by the people in power, so whatever message they put out usually is popular within the cultural and political system that it evolved in. So you're going to see values that reflect, your particular culture. And, people sometimes will try to define the values of a culture through editing the holy book, whatever it may be, and canonizing what's convenient for the ruling class. For instance, a lot of stuff got left out of the Bible because of the, they found copies of the Dead Sea Scrolls and then a bunch of books that were not canonized in it. And so how'd they decide which ones should be kept and which shouldn't? Well, some people in charge decided it was the right thing to do, Well, thank you. Thank you for saying so. It's my anthropology degree talking there. I studied religions and cultures from all over the world, and there's just so many overarching themes in so many faiths. You could say they try to answer the same questions and try to help, bring some order to the chaotic life of primitive societies they evolved in. And I mean that across the world, not just in the West or the East or anywhere. I think they were brought into the political structure, and whatever was convenient for the ruling classes, what got believed, You believe in humanity before religion. Well, MJ4 gaming, I like that vibe. And I also believe, people are allowed to have whatever faith suits them. I shopped around for a long time to try to figure out which faith suits me. I was raised an evangelical Christian in the Midwest, so I mean we were flag waving, church going, twice a week kind of family. But what I noticed at church was just everyone was so mean to each other. There was politics and popular people and unpopular people and all the stuff you see in like a high school or a middle school, played out with adults. People were having affairs with each other. And so I started going fishing on Sundays instead. I would sneak out of the lake and, my parents would go looking for me, and, eventually they found me fishing at our local pond. And I said, I think I had a better chance of finding God out here than in that church. Nature, that's my religion. It's beautiful out there. It's powerful. You look at the stars and you see this vast, infinite universe. It's amazing. The world we're just so lucky to be in. For me, I don't feel any need to impose supernatural phenomenon on top of it, because the entire thing is supernatural to me. The universe is amazing. I like that. Worship whoever you like, even stones, just don't throw them at me. That's good. Yeah. I think that's the main problem we have going around in this world right now is people just won't stop bugging and bothering each other. You know, I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, and it's like watching little kids bicker with each other, seeing all these different countries and presidents and people talking crap to each other. Like, you know, making decisions at the drop of a hat that affect regular people's lives. You know, it's interesting how we ended up in this. Do I know what's funny? No, what's funny? There's a delay. So I'm dying to know what you think is funny there, MJ4. Oh man, I am so toast. Oh man, there's no way. Ugh. The swarm got me. Alright, let's take a little different route here. Since I did put up a Darth Vader in my thumbnail for the Vader Atari, let's do some Star Wars. Okay, here goes. Oh, I gotta hit reset. I always forget that with the Atari. Okay, here comes. Oh. Okay. Maybe I get from the other side. Yeah, my kids have never seen the Star Wars movie, but they still know who this character is. Or what this, you know, robot is. Robot? War machine? Whatever you'd call it. They talk to me about the AT-ATs and the AT-STs, even though they've never seen the movie. They've played Lego Star Wars, so that's about it. The Atari 2600 does have distinctive sounds. And part of that, from my understanding, is that it's because the sounds are actually being generated by the hardware itself. All these bleeps and bloops and crunchy noises it makes are not like stored as MIDI files or anything like that. They're actually actively generated by the electronics, which is kind of cool. Someone smarter than me could give you a better explanation of that, however. This is just exactly, if I was a kid playing the Atari 2600 back in the day, and I wanted it to be a Star Wars, you know, Return of the Jedi game, this is exactly what I'd want it to be. Why is it flashing like that? Am I using the Force? In general, I think the old devices have more creativity than the artificial stupidity that we see in most modern games. I can agree with that, especially like, what was the qualification for a game back in the day, okay? It had to be fun, try to catch some eyes, you know. For stuff like this, you couldn't just, you know, you didn't have like Unreal or anything like that, where you could just make textures and map them onto things. And, they had to get really creative to even get something this complicated to show up on the Atari. They're so limited. I mean, that's where pixel art comes from, and chiptunes is from the limitations imposed on old video game designers. Now each new generation of games doesn't look that much better than the last one, and they certainly look better than this one, but fun and good graphics are not the same thing. And I think marketers have really convinced us, especially in the 90s and 2000s, that more bits, more power is better. Yay! Someone gave me a like for Star Wars. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, what matters is the gameplay and then the story. I agree with that. Last night I was just playing a game on the NES, specifically that I really liked for the story, even though the gameplay is not the best. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Worm Journey to the Center of the Earth. It's pretty darn fun. Anime girl goes and tries to basically fight mole people to save other people in drill ships that have fallen into the depths. Okay, I think I'm invincible when the song plays. Yeah, man, I would absolutely play some games together. Sounds good to me. Silent Hill. Man, I haven't thought about those games in a while. I saw the movie back in the day. I had a girlfriend back in high school who was really into that series, so I'd watch her play sometimes. But I was a sheltered little Nintendo boy. I have, on the note of like zombies and supernatural horror games, I have Silent Hill, or no, not Silent Hill. Gosh darn it, what is it called? Is it Silent Hill? Code Veronica. Dang it. Hey, alright. No, it's Resident Evil Code Veronica that I'm thinking of. I got Resident Evil Code Veronica for the Dreamcast. I'd like to review that at some point. Kind of a more obscure version of a Resident Evil game. Resident Evil Nemesis. First one I played was Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. And it was alright. I didn't like that you're kind of stuck out of body like tank controls and zombies are coming at you and it's hard to aim your gun. Oh man, that scared me. All right, well, it's my bedtime, so I'm gonna hit the hay, and I want to thank anyone who watched me play some Atari games for watching. And special thanks to MJ4 Gaming for hanging out near the end. That was fun chatting with you. Have a great night.